All right, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. Today we're going to take a look at Hudson-Delaware 392 out of New York. This council was originally formed in 1958 as the name change from Orange Sullivan 392 and lasted up until 1995 when it merged with Dutchess County and Rockland County to form Hudson Valley 374. We've got a couple production runs of the first issue here on the patch table today. It is the T1 with its yellow border, light blue sky, white fleur-de-lis, and red lettering. The next patch that they produced, the TA2, has a similar scene with a red border. They then also did a silver mylar border and gold border. However, the main difference is they then moved a tree to the very center of the patch itself. And then they came back to a yellow border in the T5, but also that has a tree in the center. So the T1 very clearly stands out from later CSPs produced by Hudson-Delaware because there is no tree here in the center. We have two different production runs where the first appears to be a gauze cloth back and the next one is a plastic backed T1. There was never any distinction in these production runs where one would have been 1A, 1B. These were always just listed as T1s. I would generally assume the cloth back is the older of the two, but again, that's a guess at this point. When comparing the two head to head, I would say that we get a slightly darker twill on the cloth back, a lighter blue just by a hair, and we get more towards the gold hues with the yellow border here, and we get a brighter yellow border on the plastic back one. We get a slight difference in size as well. The plastic back is a bit longer left to right. This looks to be a bit smaller when comparing the two, and we definitely get a little bit different style of white thread. The sheen between these two just looks a little different in person, and you can see the fleur-de-lis on the cloth back is a bit more pointed. This is a bit more rounded. So we get minor variations obviously between the two. That certainly is always going to happen when you're looking at older multiple production runs. I will say nowadays the patches are very, very similar, even if you're looking at multiple production runs, just because of the tolerances that machining and manufacturing have come to in the more recent age. But on the older ones, usually it stands out a little bit more between the two. But that's two examples of the first issue T1 for Hudson-Delaware out of New York. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. We'll be back again tomorrow with another brand new episode of First CSP. We hope to see you then. I want to thank you all for stopping in and making us a small part of your day. And until tomorrow, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.